Hey, what's up guys, Mid City here. So today we're going to be looking into the age-old rivalry between the AK47 and the M4 within Critical Ops. These are really good assault rifles, and a lot of people are wondering which assault rifle is the better one. So we're going to be delving into the stats of each assault rifle, and then we're also going to be playing some gameplay of each next to each other so that you can decide for yourself. And at the end of it all, I'm going to give you my opinion on which assault rifle is better, the M4 or the AK47. So let's get right into it. Alright guys, so here are the damage stats for the AK47, and of course the damage changes whether your enemy is unarmored or armored, as well as where you shoot them at. So the cool thing about the AK47 is that the damage is the same whether you shoot them in the head or the legs, and whether they're unarmored or armored. So it's a flat 120 if you shoot them in the head, and a flat 30 if you shoot them in the legs. And then you also see a slight damage drop off for the chest, abdomen, and arms, whether they're armored or unarmored. So there we go. Here's the statistics sheet. It's important to keep this stuff in mind. It's obvious to see that the AK-47 is a headshot machine. It does a lot of damage if you hit them in the head, and it's good that you're getting consistent damage whether they're armored or not. So now let's get into how you should use the AK-47. Alright, so here are some strategies from Wikia. That's actually where I'm getting most of my statistics and the little strategy excerpts that you're going to be seeing. It's the most up-to-date info that I could find, so if it's a little bit inaccurate, I'm sorry, but I know that this is as accurate as you can get. So I do agree with most of this. So the AK-47, you definitely want to burst fire as well as single fire when you're at a medium to long distance. That's the way you're going to get the most headshots, the most out of the AK-47. You only want to spray and pray when you're at short to medium distances, and when you're spraying and praying, only crouch. Obviously, crouching is a huge thing in Critical Ops, and you want to crouch when possible, but it's especially important with the AK-47. And as I was saying before, it's a headshot machine. Always aim for the head. It's almost an instant kill with 1 to 2 bullets. But yeah, so there's a little bit of the strategies involved with the AK-47. Now let's take a look at the M4 and its statistics, as well as the strategies you should use while you're using it. Okay, so here are the damage stats for the M4. They are slightly different than the AK-47 and slightly worse. So the damage drop-off is significantly lower on all parts except for the legs. It's 29 flat for if you shoot them in the legs if they have armor or unarmored. At the head, the base damage is less than the AK's 120 at 116. At the armored, you're actually seeing quite a damage drop-off on the head, and it goes down to 81. The chest, abdomen, and arms all have slightly larger damage drop-offs than the AK-47. So there we go, the statistics. The AK-47 is a little bit better than the M4 when it comes to statistics. But now let's get into some of the strategies while using the M4. Okay, so like the AK-47, you should burst fire this weapon at medium to long ranges. The M4 does have slightly better accuracy due to its lower recoil, and so you can spray and pray for a longer amount of time and have better accuracy while doing that. So you can hit people at longer ranges than the AK-47 while you're holding down the fire button, which is pretty useful. As always, with any weapon in Critical Ops, crouch where possible. It will increase your aim, and always aim for the head. That's where you're going to get the most damage. Alright, just to wrap everything up in a nutshell, the advantages of the AK-47: it's powerful, it can be used at any distance if used correctly, and it can penetrate through thin walls. The disadvantages: it has high spread if you use continuous fire, it's more expensive than the M4, it has heavy recoil, and it's loud, so they're going to hear you when you use it. Alright, and moving into the advantages of the M4, it's moderately quiet, low recoil, fast fire rate, high accuracy, it's cheaper than the AK-47, and it does decent damage. The disadvantages: the bullets spread upon continuous fire just like the AK-47, but less. Due to its fire rate, it loses ammo quickly. It does have a fast fire rate, so you got to be careful. You can expend that clip really fast and find yourself vulnerable, and it becomes inaccurate fast, but not as fast as the AK-47. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys this bullet spread of the M4 as well as the AK47. So right here, I'm just pressing the fire button, I'm not changing my aim at all, and I'm just holding it down until the entire clip is spent. So here you go, just so you can see the accuracy just at a short distance, and of course this is exaggerated at longer distances, but obviously the AK47 has a little bit more spread, especially at the end of the clip compared to the M4. Alright guys, there you have it. The statistics for the AK47 and the M4, as well as their pros and cons, and a little gameplay clip to show you the bullet spread and the accuracy of each assault rifle. I had a lot of fun making it. I hope it's been useful. I hope it's helped increase your knowledge of the game, and therefore it will increase your skill level of the game, in my opinion. As for which one I think is better, I think it all depends on the situation, as well as the map, as well as the game mode of Critical Ops. So it all depends. Also, it depends on your personal playstyle. Like as for me, I really suck at actually burst firing and single firing my assault rifles and the guns that I use. I'm just kind of trigger happy, and I just kind of lay into the fire button. So I do a little bit better with the M4 in my opinion, because it has higher accuracy when you're spraying and praying. As for the AK47, it has a lot better damage, and I have a lot more fun using it. The AK47 is my favorite weapon in the assault rifle category to use, but I'm not necessarily the best with it. So I don't think either one is better than the other, if that makes sense. But I think it all comes down to personal preference, and like I said, the situation, the map, the game mode, stuff like that. So it's important to just try them both out thoroughly and figure out which one you feel more comfortable with and stick with that. Who cares what is the best one? Whichever one you perform better with is the one that's better for you. So there you go. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I actually have a lot of gameplay for the AK47 as well as the M4, 2 other videos that you guys could go check that out, just to get more of a feel for how the AK47 looks in action as well as the M4. So feel free to go check that out. I'm live on mobcrush.com/midcity. My phone just went off. But and I also have a Twitter that you guys can go check out. It's @RealMidCity. So I really appreciate you guys if you guys go check that out. I'd love to chat with you guys, answer your questions, get to know you guys, all of that jazz. But anyways, I hope you've enjoyed. Mid City signing out.